Mark Skaar on 103.7 The Fox. This is a Skaar Kaard, welcoming in my friend of now 9 years, Brynn Arens from Flipp. Brynn, how are you?
Good. I can't believe it. We met when we were 1, and now we're 10.
It's amazing. We're out of diapers now, and we're continuing on.
Well, I'm kind of going back into it, but we won't talk about that. I meant to say 90, not 9.
Oh. Too Dumb to Quit is the new record. 10 songs, all of them written by you, except for an interesting thing, a song called Brand New Day, which you co-wrote with your producer, John Fields, and one Charlie Farron, who played in the Joe Perry Project, and a lead vocal by Cherry Forever, Greg Idem.
Bing, 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 bing. It's only taken me 30, 40 years to get him to beep and sing something and lead sing something, and what a treat that is. He calls it his Ace Frehley moment, like when Ace Frehley...
We're going to turn the microphone over to Ace Frehley. Yeah, I can hear it already.
Turn the microphone over to Cherry Forever. Brand new day. Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything for it. Just nothing that I was writing for it was satisfying me. So I sent it to Charlie Farron and said, "You got anything for this?" And he immediately came up with the Brand New Day thing and sent it back a couple days later. I'm like, dude, it's perfect. I can't sing that, though. Charlie's a phenomenal singer. We all know that. Mm-hmm. So Greg said, I'll do it. I mean, we almost, there's a couple other songs that didn't make the album, and that almost became one of them, simply because it's going on vinyl, and you have a limited amount of numbers you can put on vinyl. So we wanted to keep the packages cohesive. That one almost fell by the wayside, and I'm so glad it didn't, because Greg did a great job on it.
I concur. We're with Brynn Arens from Flipp, Too Dumb to Quit. You and I were kicking around songs to take the radio because that's what I do. And
yes,
You Can Make It Happen, the first track, I said, because you sent them to me out of order and I didn't bother to check the track listing like I sometimes do, but I've got it in front of me now, but I digress. You Can Make It Happen, the lead track, no question, there's something there that would appeal to a mass audience, I believe.
Oh, that's nice to hear. And that song was written while we were making the album, which happens is not uncommon amongst a million musicians. You're kind of getting a synergy and an energy while making the record. Basically, you're in a really good mood, and you're moving in a certain direction, and your creative juices are flowing in such a healthy, positive fashion that it's just not uncommon for a songwriter. I Wish I Was a Planet was written while we were making the first Flipp album. I consider that one of my better songs. Mm-hmm. You Can Make It Happen was written while we were making that. I consider that one of my better songs. I Still Love Rock and Roll was written while we were making Volume. I consider that one of my better songs. Mm-hmm. So there's some sort of, is synergy the right word?
Mm-hmm. Or That's what I was going to use, yeah.
Okay, or am I making Too Dumb to Quit sound like a lie?
No, it's your truth, Brynn.
As Gene Simmons would say, synergy's an awfully big word, like gymnasium. But, so, yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it. And it's been getting a really good response. So it's looking like you were correct. That might be plucked as the first single. And I went to rehearsal a couple nights ago, and I reported back to everybody your findings, what your opinions were on it. And everybody was really glad to hear that you liked I'm Not Gonna Fall.
Yes, I want to go there next. Tell me about that, because you weren't convinced. I mean, you liked the song enough to put it on the record, but do elaborate.
It was originally called, and this might be part of why I get a rub from that song. First of all, a songwriter can't hear his songs on it clearly like other people can.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing. Just kind of like a chef can't really taste his own food the way other people can. He gives it to somebody and sits there. Do you like it?
Right, and it's like trying to pick your favorite kid. It's impossible.
It's impossible. And Cheap Trick asked me if they could do it on their next album as originally titled The Sky's Not Gonna Fall. And it was kind of I really tried hard to not get into COVID writing. I didn't want to write anything that made me sound like I had answers I didn't have. I call that when the need for an answer is more important than the answer itself. So in my noticings and thinkings about that, I was like, this doomsday sort of mentality, I can touch on that because I don't like it and I don't think it's true. And it was originally a tongue-in-cheek, sarcastic commentary on people who think on basically what is called the Chicken Little complex.
Sure.
Which is, if Chicken Little thinks the sky is falling and runs into town and yells, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, goes back up the hill, the next day wakes up and realizes the sky did not fall, and figures it must be because he ran to town yelling, the sky is going to fall, the sky. So every day, Chicken Little would run to the town yelling, the sky is going to fall, the sky is going to fall, fooling his own brain into thinking that that's what was keeping the sky from falling. So it's that concept of there are people who can throw a dart and hit the bullseye in the target, and then there are people that throw the dart and then go grab the target and move it so it looks like they hit the bullseye. Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of what that song is about. But I'm like, no, too beep and heavy. And I like heavy, but too preachy heavy, too like a songwriter pretending he knows more than other people when they just simply don't. And I don't want to be that guy. So I changed it from the sky is going to fall to I'm not going to fall, and changed some of the other lyrics around and made it more personal instead of a social commentary.
And then Love to Love You was another one we liked.
Yes, that came on, and I still have it on my phone while we were making the record. At rehearsal one day, just started playing it. One of our crew guys is always at one of our rehearsals. He quickly, and is really smart, started recording it with his phone, and I polished it off the next day, and I think we went and did one rehearsal, and we played it for everybody on the phone, and we all went, wow. So we're like, well, let's record this one too. And it was another one of those things that got sucked into the synergy of the time while making an album, and just between that and the instant synergy that Greg and Kilo and I have, and Eric Lobeda is beginning to adopt. He's the new boy. And, yeah, no pressure on you. Oh, did I mention that Greg and I have been playing together since 1979? Come on, catch up. You're falling behind.
Talking to Brynn Arens from Flipp about Too Dumb to Quit and other things, I wanted to jump back into the record. You told me you're going to do some stuff with a track called WTF.
WTF. We all know what that stands for, kids. So the other day, Jerry Gregg, the bass player, sends me and singer Phenomenal a video of him singing along to WTF. And he sends me a video of him with his head upside down. He drew two eyes on his chin and then a nose between the eyes and where your mouth is, but it's upside down, and put a little striped suit on the guy and some spiky white hair and started singing it. Oswald, that's the character's name, Oswald. And I about peed my pants laughing when I saw it. So, yeah, we're making a whole video for that song based around creepy puppets. Do you remember I don't know, you might be too young, but there used to be a show on called Davy and Goliath with these just really creepy voices and really creepy puppets. Hey, Davy. And it was creepy. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And the triple bonus about that song is Ginny Dodds, Cindy Lawson, and Kiki Lane sing backups on it.
Right.
You could easily file the song under novelty song, and it definitely is kind of along that lines, kind of like my song Hairdo. It's a rock song, but there's definitely a novelty aspect to it. It's my toe-tipping into my love for the New York Dolls. It's very New York Dolls sounding. I mean, a little bit of personality crisis in that song. I play piano on it as well. So I wanted to get like a really greasy, blues-based, nothing but rock and roll song. And that's what came out of it.
I'm with Brynn Arens from Flipp. You're going to be doing some dates with Ace Frehley in mid-May.
Yeah, we were offered the whole tour. Their manager and tour manager are really good friends of mine and have been suggesting that I just wait because some of the venues are like really that Ace is playing are like classic world-class old theaters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you don't want to play here, you don't want to play here, you want to play here, you want to play here. So they're helping me pick the dates. So whatever is like an historic venue, we will play those dates.
Cool.
Do I feel a little spoiled? Maybe.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nice. It's kind of nice.
It's nothing wrong with that.
It's not sucking, Mark. It's not sucking.
That's awesome, and I'm thrilled for you.
Yeah, and I think we're doing some dates also with Adam Ant this summer.
Wow.
Yeah, there'll be a number of things coming up.
Cool.
We're excited about it. And the band's attitude about it is let's face it, I just turned 61. Greg's 61. Kilo, I believe, is 58.
Okay.
57, maybe. And, of course, Mono, Eric Vobeda, is 30 only, I think.
He's a pup.
So at this point for us, it's not, we get a little choosier about where we want to play.
Sure.
And with me, that's not saying much. I like playing just about anywhere. As a matter of fact, the more abstract the gig is, I can tend to like it even more because it's something I haven't done before. Like when we played just before COVID, we played every record store in the Twin Cities on Record Store Day. Things like that in one day really appealed to me. There,
2 p.m. matinee at the 7th Street entry.
Bingo. All of that. So those challenges are what I look forward to.
Too Dumb to Quit is the new Flipp record, 10 songs. Check it out. You're going to really enjoy it. And Brynn, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks so much for everything. And I'm hoping you want to talk historic venues, the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake. I'm hoping Flipp can find its way to the Surf Ballroom this summer. That's what I'm hoping.
That would be amazing. Brynn, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mark. And let's, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Mark and I on random weekday night or weekday afternoons at Matt's Bar, enjoying a juicy Lucy and fry.
Ooh, yes. All right.
And hopefully you recorded that, and we'll broadcast it, and we won't have to pay for them.
Even better.
Okay, Mark, I'll stop jabbing now. I've been talking your head off. Please forgive me.
For Brynn Arens from...
Too dumb to shut up. That's what I am. Too dumb to shut up. They're not smart enough to shut up. Whatever.
The gift of gab. For Brynn Arens from Flipp, I'm Mark Skaar. This is a Skaar Kaard on 103.7 The Fox.